If you need to set up a business in Italy, if you need to get your permesso di soggiorno done, if you need to complete actually the visa process, well, more likely your first task in Italy is finding a place to stay. And at the very beginning, the majority of the expats moving to Italy choose to rent because it's less expensive than buying a property, because it gives you more flexibility and because it takes less time to get a legal address registered. But what's behind the rental agreement? In my experience, I had the chance to view, prepare, and register thousands of contracts. So here's my quick feedback for you. Pay attention to all the clauses, deposit on top. Sometimes you have to give 3 to 6 months to secure your relationship with the landlord, to guarantee you have enough resources to cover unwanted damages, and that's fine. But what happens if the terms that you're signing, you and the landlord, are about, for example, getting the money back once the contract is over? How long you have to wait for that? And what do you have to pay in case, for example, boiler maintenance, painting, condo fees, etc.? A lot of landlords ask for referrals, not in terms of people speaking high of you, but proving you have a stable source of income. And generally, they are much better off by, of course, renting to people who are employed in Italy long term with an Italian employer. So what happens if you have foreign source of income? And if you have just passive income, or you're looking for a job, please consider this entry barrier before looking for a place, long or short term. Believe me or not, a lot of Italians love to evade taxes. So even if you already signed a contract, even if you have a hard copy with all the signatures, it's not valid until it's registered to the Italian Revenue Agency, to the Agenzia delle Entrate. So always ask for the registration of the contract, the only way to put all the clauses and the rights into practice and into action. Pay attention to the notice period, both sides. What happens if you want, let's say, to leave earlier because you found a better place and you must pay the rent for unused months? Also, never guess what you can use the apartment for. Or in other words, be proactive by listing all the things you'll be allowed to do, like hosting people, or working from home, for example, or co-living with your spouse. And if you're planning to move your legal residency, maybe it's a good thing to ask for some authorization written by the landlord. Who knows what's going to happen? And then, before signing the contract, please do your due diligence. You'll be required by the realtor to prove your personal data, showing your passport, ID card, tax returns, driving license. So you have the chance and the right to pay them back by asking the proof of every authorization given to the landlord. The fact that actually he has the right to own and manage the property. He has the right to rent it. The fact that a building has an insurance policy, the fact that a building itself is legit, the energy certificate is real, and the whole electrical and hydraulic system are checked by an expert. I almost forgot. Please consider paying by wire transfer and avoid cash. You know the reason why.